Welcome to Learnstroke. This is Daily News Leads. Without much delay, let's have a glimpse of the important articles from today's Hindu. The first one, an article for your general awareness. 11 more show Nipah symptoms as 251 contacts of victim traced. So, as said, Nipah virus has been confirmed in Kerala after 3 years, and many more people are suspected to be infected due to the virus. So, this article has a mention regarding ChAdOx1 vaccine vector. Very important. ChAdOx1 vaccine vector, when customized to the Nipah virus, fully protected African green monkeys. So, try to read more about ChAdOx1. So, the next one on Afghan issue. Taliban claimed total control as Panjshir resistance falls. The Islamist group warns against any further rebellion. So the Taliban has accomplished their mission. Even Panjshir Valley, that was paying strict resistance against Taliban, has been captured by them yesterday. Moreover, they had raised their flag at the governor's house in Panjshir. So now the formation of government by Taliban is confirmed. So next one for your GS2 polity. Fill tribunal vacancies by September 13, Supreme Court tells Centre. We all know the tribunals in India play a very important role in the grievance redressal mechanism of the country. And there are many vacancies being reported by the tribunals like Administrative Tribunal. So now the Supreme Court has requested the Centre to fill these vacancies. A special bench of Supreme Court led by Chief Justice of India N.V. Ramana said the court was not interested in a confrontation with the government, but it was running out of patience and the Centre should confirm and fill the long pending vacancies. So in this regard, one act is very important, something very recent, that is the Tribunals Reforms Act of 2021. Try to learn more about the provisions of the Tribunal Reforms Act 2021. Next is a governance related issue. Database created with records of 5.5 crore farmers. Centre hopes to cover 8 crore by linking it to state records. We know digitalization is happening in every field of governance, and now the Centre has created a national farmers database with records of over 5.5 crore farmers. And the purpose behind this is to advance the digital agriculture. So now the Centre aims to digitalize even the agricultural sector as part of its reform measures, and in this regard the national database for farmers is really important. Next, the article for international relations and India's bilateral relations with various countries. Modi to attend BRICS SCO Quad meets in September. Afghan situation likely to dominate agenda and growing polarization between Russia-China bloc and US and its allies. So, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set for meetings of various regional groupings including BRICS, SCO and Quad. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization of SCO Heads of Government meeting being held in Dushanbe on September 16th and 17th. So it is very important for you to individually understand the members of each organization. SCO, Quad and BRICS, you need to prepare separately its member countries, its areas of operation, and strategic and trade relations with India are very important. Even the diplomatic relations between the member countries of these organizations is really important. And the Quad has been very frequently appearing in news these days. I think you all know which are the Quad countries. They are US, Australia, India and Japan. So the BRICS Leaders Summit is going to be held on the 9th of this month, and they have focused 4 main priority areas, including multilateral reforms in bodies like the UN, the IMF and the World Trade Organization, counter-terrorism, technology and people-to-people exchanges. Very important, you should be able to identify the priority areas of each organization, because some may be focusing on maritime security, some may be focusing on trade-related agreements. So, you should try to understand the priority areas of each and every organization. COVID and Afghanistan issue is definitely going to be the lead topics. Then they have mentioned Afghanistan, where Russia and China have played an important role in talks with Pakistan. So with relation to the Afghanistan issue, you should try to understand what stand did Russia and China take. So the next article you can use as example to questions related to environment. It is a case study regarding the Sukhet village. Sukhet's villagers trade waste for wellness, gets free LPG refills. Villagers who provide 20 kilograms of cow dung and farmyard waste a day for vermicomposting receive free fuel in a novel project in Madhubani district of Bihar. In fact, Sukhet village has set a very good example. That is, their LPG cylinders get refilled every 2 months in exchange for cow dung and the farmyard waste. So the Sukhet model was an initiative by Dr. Rajendra Prasad of Central Agricultural University, and this Sukhet model was indeed lauded by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Mann Ki Baat. So this ensures a pollution-free environment at home, waste disposal, monetary assistance for LPG cylinders and availability of organic fertilizers for farmers. You all know as the LPG cylinders prices is spiking up, the Sukhet village has set a very good example. This article mentions about vermicomposting. The process of vermicomposting is very important from the UPSC exam point of view. Again, an article on Afghan issue. War is over, it's time for peace, says Taliban. Spokesman Mujahid asks former troops to join the regime, threatens to hit hard any insurgencies. Good enough for a general reading. Take note of the important points. What is the food emergency in Sri Lanka? Regulations allow government to provide essential foods at a concessionary rate. So very important for your GS2 with respect to India and its neighborhood relations. Sri Lanka is having very important bilateral relationship with India, and hence the food emergency in Sri Lanka is of greater significance for India too. So trying to understand about the food emergency. Emergency regulations pertaining to the distribution of essential food items. The regulations sought to empower authorities to provide essential food items at a concessionary rate to the public by purchasing stocks of essential food items. So this should be analyzed on the basis of economics, and it can also be analyzed on grounds of a human rights perspective. Next article, something about Greece, good enough for a general reading. Greece creates a ministry to deal with climate crisis. Ex-European Union Commission appointed minister. So this article mentions about various climate issues in Greece, and it also mentions about the intense heat waves in the European countries. So good enough for a general reading, but make sure that you try to locate where Greece is in the map. Greece and its neighboring countries, time for you to locate. So next article on economy. Council to mull capacity-based GST on sector seeing evasion. It will review panel's report in September 17th meeting. Analysts flag risk in approach. So the GST Council is likely to consider a ministerial group's report on introducing a differentiated regime for sectors where tax evasion is very high. So tax evasion is a very important concept. Though this article is about the GST collections, you should try to understand what the concept of tax evasion is, its implications in the economy. Yet another article related to GST. Government must constitute GST tribunal, says Supreme Court. So the introduction of goods and services tax was itself a highly debated issue, and now the Supreme Court has asked the centre to constitute the GST appellate tribunal. So we already discussed something about tribunals. So this is Supreme Court's direction to the central government. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and that was Daily News Leads.